and I was invited to your school to present what I do. And my career or my profession is I'm a visual artist from the city of Long Beach. And I have brought some of the samples of some of the art that I do, and I will be talking about what you can do within the visual arts, and also some of the inspirations and some of the things that you can do for to express yourself and also to share with your community. And so a little bit about me. I went to school here in Long Beach Elementary. I went to Bernie Elementary. I went to Gompers, and I went to Washington Middle School. I went to Millikan High School. I went to Long Beach City College, and finally I went to Cal State Long Beach, where I studied fine arts. I got a drawing and painting education there. But you don't need to necessarily to study art. You could if you want to do it professionally, but you can also do it on your own, right? But you learn a lot of things through education. So my experience, the reason why I study art is because this was my passion. And when I was like your age or smaller and a little bit older, I was drawing and always drawing. I was always attracted to drawing. So that was my passion, and the two things I wanted to do, be an artist and also be a teacher. I was able to do substitute teaching for 10 years. So it gave me a little feeling of what it is to teach. So I will be showing you some of the artworks that I've done over the years. So I'll show you this one right here. This one is a painting. The medium is called watercolor. This one is watercolor, and the watercolor is a material. It's like a dry paint. Yes, who's painted with watercolor before? Raise your hand. Very good, very good. So can you paint watercolor without water? No, and the water, you get a little bit of water, put it on the tablet of the watercolor, and the paint dissolves, right? So it's a very unique feeling. To every material gives your art a different view, a different texture, and I will show you that, okay? But this is watercolor. The thing about watercolor, you can, in this case, is painting landscape. Who knows what landscape means? Yes. Like a piece of land, yes, yes. So a landscape, so in the city, when we look outside and we don't see the land, that's a cityscape, right? But when we go out to the open field or the country, the forest, we can see the landscape, right? And this is an example of that. This is the sky, and this is the earth, right? And this is kind of where they meet, right? This line right here is kind of where they meet. Normally you would see a horizon line in the center. This one's kind of like a hill, right? You can see a little bit of a tree in the distance. See a little walk path. And this tree, who knows what kind of tree this is? Eucalyptus tree. It kind of looks like it, but it's inspired by a different kind of tree. And these are we call this bonsai trees. Who has heard of bonsai trees? Can you tell us about bonsai trees?
No, but I've heard of it.
You heard of it? Okay, so they're very popular. They are miniature trees, like
yeah,
real
they're
trees.
small. They're super small, and then
They're very tiny, huh?
Yeah, they're very tiny. And when they get too big, you have to like trim the leaves.
Yes. So this is from the Japanese culture. They have them very small, right? And they trim them, and they it's like an art, right? It's like it's very interesting.
It's very calm, like when you cut it.
Yes, it's like very good. So that's another reason you can do art, is to feel great about yourself. It gives you a great sense of, you created something beautiful, right? And that is another reason, right? So there's a lot of reasons why you not only do art but other things, right? It doesn't. You have to find happiness with what you do, right? And that's what I do with the art. Okay, so this is inspired by a bonsai tree. The image I used was a small bonsai tree in a pot, right? Like he explained, there's a tiny one, but I added this part from a different photo. So I put So I combined, inspired by one photo of this hill and another one by the bonsai tree and the sky by another photo. And over here it looks like one composition. It's like one image. But in reality it was one picture, another picture, another picture. And this one, what actually happened is, you see the yellow on the bottom, or this here was actually like dry grass
Yeah.
initially.
It likes
What color is like dry grass?
yellowish.
Yellowish.
Green, yellowish.
A little bit of green, but mostly like yellowish and
Yeah,
like
a yellow spot.
yellowish brown. Yes, and that's what happened here. And when I was looking at it, it didn't look too nice to me. So I took artistic liberty. That's what we call it, artistic liberty. And I just started adding green without copying anything else. Just started adding the green, and I was like, I think it looks better with green, you know, because it feels green and calm and cool.
You can still see a little bit, but it looks good like that.
And you can see a little bit, like sipping through the back, right? You can see like reflecting some of the underpaint. And that's one of the things about art, that you can always express yourself and add things. And if it doesn't work, you can do it again or do it over like I did here. So there's no such thing as mistakes in art. If you want to use that as a motivation to do something else, right? So that's,
Yeah,
there's
if
so
you
many
really
good.
use your mind, you can make something good out of, like, if you mess it up, and you can like make it into something better.
Absolutely. And this image is also watercolor, but this is a totally different approach, right? You have your hand on this?
It's a ant colony.
It's like an ant. We don't see the entire colony, but we see the ants working together, right? And this is what we call a close-up, because an ant is not like this big, right? It's like,
No.
this is like a
Small.
It's
It's
small,
it's a microscopic.
some of them are smaller. This are the red ants. Who's seen the red ants before?
One
they
of them
bite.
one of them bit me. What is this?
That's it burns, right? It's like, ouch. Yeah. Those red ants.
There's a fire ant.
Oh, fire ants. Yes, the fire ants. Good job. That's what they're called, right? That's their name, the fire ants. This is a close up of 3 fire ants, and this part right here, you can't really tell what it is, but it is yes.
Is it a cactus?
Well,
It's like a type of leaf.
type of leaf.
It's
So
like a stem.
a stem, yes. So it's like a stem, like a wavy stem like this, right? And this stem, the ants are walking through it, and along the way they find something.
They find like another dead flowers.
Yes. What is
Like an acorn.
like an acorn? But
I see antennas coming out of it.
very good observation. Yes, very good
We
observation.
just read about ants the other day, so they know a lot about ants.
Oh, they just read about that.
Whenever the ants is biting one of the things that's coming out, it's an
It's very good observation. And he has his hand up over there.
And ants can lift 3 times their weight because even though they're small, but they're strong.
Yeah.
They're small, but they're strong, and that's what we see here. Look, this is great. This ant is grabbing this bug. I don't know if it's dead. Probably because they usually pick up the plants, dead bugs, and he's grabbing it, right? And his friends are probably coming to help, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna take this to their colony and store it for their family, right? But
For the winter.
for the winter, and you see it. What is this white things right here?
It looks
Oh, those look like little.
You have your hand up, yes?
It looks like little like white hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
look.
it kind of looks like white hair. So if you're into gardening, you can see close. If you start looking close, you start seeing amazing things, right? The stem of this plant has like this tiny little hairs,
just
and
like
that's
the ants. They're hairy.
and yes, this one I didn't do that much detail into them, but yes. So the more you look, you can go microscopic and you can find more things. So you can look micro or macro, right? Micro is small and macro is big. Yes. So yes.
And the reason why ants can live so long is because sometimes people try to kill them with your like feet.
But
or
your feet are
something.
too big.
Yeah,
There's like
and then
little
they have
spots
no
under your
holes.
feet.
And then the ants go inside the hole so they won't get killed. And you think you killed them, but you didn't.
they actually come back out. They wait for you to put your foot back up, and then they try to run it like these.
And so they're a colony.
Okay, guys,
So
thanks. No more.
so, but we can talk a lot about ants. And
Don't you want to see the rest of the art?
But this is an inspiration, right? Inspiration. So the inspiration was the nature, and the two approaches. The tree in the landscape is kind of like a larger piece of land, right? And over here is like a tiny. We can't even see the land. You see the plant, right? So it's like a close up. So we see macro, micro, right? Large, small, right? As far as what we're depicting here. And so I'll show you another art. This one is a different material. What material do you guys think it is? Yes.
I see a butterfly on top of the flowers.
A butterfly on top of the flowers, yes.
Crayon.
It's similar to crayon.
It's like those little smooth little things that
we
use.
Pastels.
Yeah, pastels.
Yes, this is very close, guys. And this is
And like
actually
markers.
one last one.
Color pencils.
Color pencils,
There you
yes.
go.
So this is color pencils, and this one's very interesting because it was inspired by a real photo, but you can see that the most realistic thing is somewhat realistic is the butterfly.
Yeah, and
Right.
then the flowers.
The flowers are, you can tell they're flowers, but you can tell they're drawn in a way that is more expressive and less of a natural look. It's more of a, like more free, right? Like there's more, they're not too detailed. You can tell they're flowers, but they're more expressive. So you can combine your own style with a little bit of inspiration from the natural world. How many colors do you see on the background?
Oh, 1, 2,
Two.
3.
Three,
But like
four.
many
White,
colors.
four.
Like I see
White,
like purple,
orange.
blue, I see warm like
colors.
pink,
Green,
violet,
purple.
So the good thing, if you guys ever are coloring with color pencils,
Yes.
you can mix the color pencils. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know
I
that
do
you can actually
Make
with
a
paint you can actually make two colors, right? I mean
Yeah.
one color out of two colors,
Yeah.
right?
Didn't
But
we
you
learn
can
about
do it with
blending?
crayons,
Yes.
too. You can do
Yeah,
it
like
with crayons
blue
too.
and
By the way, is that the
yellow.
blue?
But you have to do a softer blend.
I just
with
noticed
crayon.
that.
So with color pencil, it's very interesting because you can blend depending on how much you press, right? If you press too much, then you commit a lot of the material, right? But if you press lightly and you do another layer of a different color, you can actually get a mixture, and that's something you can experiment with. It's very fun. It takes a lot of patience, and you can see right here, you can see the markings. But I thought the markings were kind of cool in the way that they're expressive as also the flowers. Now I'm gonna share something a little bit about the one of the things that inspired me for these last three paintings is nature, preserving nature, right? The butterfly. This is what type of butterfly is this?
Monarch.
Monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly are endangered species.
Yes.
They are. We need to take care of our planet because
If
a
you
lot.
put them in flowers and they're dead, they make their plants look good.
So the butterflies help us with pollinating,
Yeah.
right? Kind of like what the bees do, right? And these butterflies, they migrate from Baja California all the way to as far north as they can go.
Canada.
They go up to
Go
Canada.
to Canada.
So they
migration
go up until when
They can go to Mexico.
they go as far as they can go. That means that until it gets colder. So if there's warmer seasons and prior to that, if it was more rainy, there's more flowers. And I actually remember a time when there was a lot of rain
Yes.
and they created a lot of flowers
Yeah.
and there were more monarch butterflies. This was probably like 5 years ago. A lot of people didn't notice because a lot of times we're not looking to our environment, and there were a lot of monarch butterflies. I happened to be outside a lot of those times for doing art, and I noticed a lot of butterflies. So this is in honor of the butterfly and inspired by the butterfly. Yes.
Have you seen the monarch butterflies and other butterflies passing by my house?
Yeah, and you can see them sometimes like chasing each other, and in parks.
Adrian.
That is, and that's one of the things that we can always look around to our environment. I'll share another painting.
That's based off of a beach. That's based off of a beach.
Raise your hand if you know where this place is.
I've been to that beach before.
It's
like
it's
it
where
has
the rocks
tons of
are.
islands.
Rocks
Yeah,
are.
and tons of islands.
No, that's
That
that's Long
island
Beach.
is where they make like oil and then
Yes.
and then
Very important.
We're the
That's how they make
smart
oil.
kids.
There's
We're
oil
the smart
factories.
kids.
So this is an island. In Long Beach, there are I think there are 4 mini islands.
Yeah, that one's the biggest.
But I heard somebody over here.
It's like it makes oil and then it flows through the refinery and that's
And it's
how they
kinda
make
like an
oil
oil
for
factory.
cars.
So these are these are not natural islands.
They're
They're,
oil islands.
they're what we call man-made islands.
Oh, I know that one time.
So basically, they're
Man-made.
you can a simple way to call it like fake, right? Or not real. But they are real in the sense that they are there. The definition of an island is a land surrounded by water, right? So they are islands, but they're man-made, right? They're made to extract oil. Yes, to extract oil, and there's 4 of them, and I forgot the actual names of them, but they are named after. Who knows what they're named after? They actually have names, and they're made. Do you know?
I think it's like named after some.
Maybe
Yes,
people
that's
who
a
made,
great.
maybe people
Yeah.
who made the island.
They're named after 4 astronauts.
Oh.
I thought it was president.
Yes, I forgot the name of the astronauts, but yes, they are named after
Let him finish talking.
after that. And here, okay. So remember in our prior painting, and all this connects. You're gonna see it come full circle up until my last painting that I will show you. This painting right here. So, what is this part right here?
Sand.
The sand. When you go over here, does the sand look this like clean? What do you see on the
I
sand?
see footsteps and a seashell.
Footsteps
Seashell.
and what? Trash. Wow. Let me talk a little bit about that, because the reason why I made this painting is because, and someone over here asked if this was the year. Yes, this is the year that I painted this in 2020.
Wow.
And I don't know if you guys may remember, but 2020 was a very important day for our history.
Yeah, it was polluted.
It was polluted then, it's polluted now. But yes.
I was 4 years old when you made it.
Excuse me, one
At
speaker.
like a real beach, it's not that clean because the sand it has like seashells and like dirt.
Plastic.
We'll talk about that. So here's what happened. In 2020, there was a natural pandemic or a phenomenon called COVID that happened. And a lot of us, well, you guys are, I don't know if you guys were at home or,
They were probably 4.
okay, so maybe.
I was born in
So what happened is nobody could come to school. Your teachers had to teach via
Zoom.
Zoom and little Chromebook. So I did it online, like on Zoom. I was painting this painting. What I did is I took this photo. I personally took this photo. I went to the beach. I took this photo and made it into this painting. But the reason so I did it. I painted live. I streamed it live for people at home to follow along and explain the process of making a painting, and people could follow along. But the main inspiration was that during the pandemic of 2020, I was parked on the Cherry parking lot down Bixby Park down below, and I was parked there, and I saw this man and his little daughter, like maybe 4 or 5 year old, and they were picking up trash. They had bags and they were picking up trash. They were not they were not with the city. They were not with anybody else. It was just a dad and a daughter picking up trash, and that trash comes from all over the city, because that's why we gotta put the trash in the trash can, right? If we put it in the street, it'll go with the rain. It'll go to the beach. So a lot of the trash that ends up in Long Beach, it comes from all the cities around here, from the valley, not just Long Beach, but we can do our share, right? All these other cities. So when I was little, I thought that the people in Long Beach were the ones putting the trash there.
No.
But it's everyone all the way from the
rivers.
rivers, everything goes to the beach. So we got to do our share. And that man and his daughter inspired me, and inspired me to paint this. So this painting is in honor of them. So we can see how we can get inspiration to make art, to share a positive message. And this is what I've done here. You see a tiny little wave?
Yeah, it has dirt in it, like dirt.
Okay,
Green.
so the color green is not because it's dirty. It's basically the way that our it has to do with the bacteria, the algae, and it's a colder environment here.
And
So-
because it's salt water.
So if you go to the part of the planet like the equator part, it's warmer. The temperature is warmer, so there's different types of living organisms. So the green is part of the nature, but the trash that's what man made. You know, man made the island, man made the trash. Yes. So the island at least is clean. It's a purpose. Okay, but this one we have to do our share. So this is in honor of them, and you can see that some of my messages is inspired by nature, about animals that are in danger, and about a message of keeping our environment clean.
And people that created the island.
Yes, we talked a little bit about the people that created the island.
If you go deeper, the water's gonna change like colors.
Yeah, it could get bluer, lighter.
It could be like green. It looks
So
dark.
we're
It
talking
looks
about
dark.
career day, and that's one of the things that you guys can explore. Different. I'm just sharing what I do, which is the visual arts. But within our topic, we talked about education, right? Learning about the ants, so you guys can pursue a career in teaching and research. Maybe some of you guys want to explore the ocean ground, the animals that live on the land. So these are all different careers that you can explore. And I'm just here to present what I do, but I also want to say that you want to do what is your passion, what you love, and be passionate about what you choose. I'm gonna show you guys. I think we have like 5 minutes. I'm gonna show you one last painting.
Okay.
Before
I can't wait to see that.
So this one is
It's cute.
it's a combination of what I've learned and also using my own.
It's two.
It's
Oh,
cubism.
okay. So this one is a two-piece.
Cubism.
Cubism.
Abstract
It
art.
is cubism.
Cubism. I knew it. I was just thinking about that.
So it is not cubism, but it is similar in a way. Who said cubism? Okay, let me ask you what that's a good comment because it really is kind of similar. So what made you think of cubism?
Because if you look at the art,
It's like
art,
cubes.
there's
Let him talk.
like different of like cubes, and if you like see it right here, there's like different shapes of like a circle, square, rectangles, and then you got triangles but sideways, and then if you pay attention, then there's like a cone right here, and then I feel like, and there's like so many like shapes.
Oh, this is awesome. I love his engagement and his explanation.
I know, right?
And this is what we do in college, like
I think
critique.
Miss Simon put you in my class on purpose because we do art in here.
Oh wow!
That's why they know all this.
It's kind of connected to Pablo Picasso.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So
Is it abstract art?
So this is not necessarily. It's a little bit of abstract, a little bit of realistic. It's somewhere in the middle. So let's talk about what you guys know this, right? Because you guys do art. So realism is the expression of the real world. In art, realism is. By the way, none of these images are 100% realistic, but they are a percentage of them is realistic. And this one is some images of the real world, right? Like do we what as far as objects? What do you have your hand up? Yes.
It's like if you look closely, the lines and stuff. That's a piano.
Yeah,
There's a lot of pianos.
Ah.
It's like
and a
connected.
guitar.
It connects.
Very good. So you saw the keyboards of a piano. Now it is not necessarily the way a piano looks, right? But it's inspired by that.
Yeah,
It's
it's like a pattern, different kind.
It's a pattern inspired by.
It's like a wavy. It's like
Yes,
waves,
very
like
good, very good.
small-
And-
Sound waves, right?
Yeah.
Sound waves, like vibrations. Huh?
Like,
So-
on your throat.
So this is what you can do with art, right? So this one, because I do murals, I do paintings, I do presentations, right? I do teach art. So this is going to become a mural.
I
That's
know.
what-
I know. No, it's not Pablo. It's Diego Rivera.
Like I said, you came to the right class.
Right?
He painted murals.
All right.
We have to call
You're
it
impressing him because you
Wow.
know as much as college kids. Good.
Right on,
Diego
guys.
Rivera. Diego Rivera. That's like him. Because you're kind of like him because you said that you're gonna like kind of like turn it to a mural.
Right.
We have a
So
lot of murals in this school. Like we have a mural
Oh,
right
we
there
have
in the
four.
kindergarten playground
And
We
behind
have
the
a lot
shed.
of murals.
We do.
Wow.
Our art teacher's painting
No, we're going
and
home.
then a mural behind the shed.
Yeah,
Going
there's
one
one
over there, like where you can see in the
oh, I can already see a painting outside.
in
Yeah.
the middle of the campus, like where there's benches. You can see there's one right there.
Wow. Well- So to sum it up, guys, this I have a passion for teaching art and music, and that's another thing that I teach music. But art is my main field, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what I do. And you can do this. You can you can study or you can practice on your own. It doesn't matter as long as you have passion and you want to create a purpose. And that's what I've done here. I have a passion for sharing, for teaching, for creating art, and for bringing out a positive message. So that's all I have, guys. I think we're out of, we
We
did our.
have 1 minute if you want to take like two questions.
Okay, 2 questions.
Raise your hand, don't yell out.
Maybe I'll have your teacher maybe peek, because maybe,
Put it on.
maybe put it on you. Someone who hasn't asked, maybe,
Yeah, someone
right?
who
But
haven't heard yet.
maybe someone who wants
Micah,
to.
go ahead.
Yes.
Stand up and ask your questions. Stand up. Go ahead.
On that one behind the beach,
The flower one?
yeah,
Yes,
the
this
flower
one?
and the butterfly. How did you do it without like the pencils messing up on each color?
Oh, like not overlapping? That's a great question. What happens, you're talking about the background? Or the actual, the butterfly?
Like how did you get the colors to mix? How come they didn't mix together?
Like, oh, I see. So with because this is a dry media, because it's like, it's not like a wet, like paint, it's
not
wet,
water,
it'll
like
blend
water,
in,
not
right?
water.
But you can see the markings, because I made like the streaks, and I didn't blend it in, like, I didn't go lightly, I made the markings show. So that's one thing you can explore. When you draw or when you color, the more you press, the more the markings show. The lighter you press, it's very, very, very light, and you can actually put another color over it. But right here you can see the different lines. Yes. So some of them are drawn right over the prior colors, like the background. Some areas for the most part, I kept them to the same color. So yes, you can explore with different media, pencil. Yes.
I used to have a class at Butterfly when I was in preschool, and we let it go, and it was like probably like 5 years ago.
Well, that's great, because you can use that as an inspiration. And I think that's it for.
I think we have one more question.
We have one more question?
Joshua, ask your question.
The one that's on the mural, if someone tried to buy it, how much would it be?
Right.
A million.
Okay.
I just
Well,
noticed that.
So all I can say about that is that
How
that
long did it take you to make that?
this one it's hard to say, but I no, not that much. Like
1 year, 1 year, 1 year.
this one probably like a couple of weeks, maybe 2 hours a day, maybe 1 hour and a half, 2 hours a day, maybe like,
But for a week.
24
you know,
hours maybe.
let's say 2 weeks, 1 to 2 hours Monday to Friday per se, because there was drawing involved, and then so a lot of times you want to sketch it out first
Yeah,
on a
like
paper.
lightly sketch it out and then add the colors.
But as far as price, it can change depending on how much you want to hang on to it, or how much people want to pay. So that's up to the artist. This one, they're not for sale, but you never know, right? So that's a great question. But one of the things that artists do is, when I paint this on a mural, man, I can make money by painting it. Or, you know, so basically, I can sell the painting or I can sell the design. So there's different ways, right?
Different ways to make money on
Yes.
art.
Type of
You can make
Types of lines.
you can make, you know, people use art for design, clothing, you know, different things. So that question it varies. It could be as much as the artist want it to be, and as much as people are willing to pay. And somewhere in between is where.
Tababe, make it quick because he's got to go to another class.
able to put it in a museum.
Oh yes. In fact, I've shown this in not this ones, but others at not in their main gallery, but at the Museum of Latin American Art. It has a gallery for events on the side, and I've shown some of my art there along with other people. So yes, you can show the paintings in museum galleries. You can show them anywhere, and you just keep working, and you know, yes. One last one, or we're done. Okay, one last one.
If you could put it on sale, how much would you sell it?
Yeah, that's the same answer.
Don't ask him the same question.
We got
He
art
needs to
collectors.
visit another classroom. What do
Oh,
we
which class was
say?
he?
Thank you.